Before beginning today's topic, I'd like to share with you that you are a genius, you are special, you mean the world, and you are loved. Today's topic is my vegan journey. My vegan journey. This probably started a good 3 years ago for myself, and the catalyst to this was stepping into my heart. Once I've Once I had already stepped into my heart, I started looking at my life and seeing ways that I can better my life. And granted, I grew up in a household that was very healthy. We always had rice, most of the time I believe even brown rice. There would always be vegetables, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, green beans, and always some type of, white meat that would never fail. And also, I mean, my favorite thing coming home from a long day of school would be get a bowl and get some beans in there and just, throw avocado. So these are the things that were never missing from my household. And I think back to this now that I'm almost a raw vegan, which many might say is like the most the most extreme version of health, right? Because it's everything's not cooked and just veggies and fruits, and so the name gives enough information about to as to what is a raw vegan. But along my journey, as I've continued ascending and becoming more conscious of what I eat, I oftentimes go back to my time living at home and remember that we were a very healthy family. When people ask me, well, what's made you vegan? Why have you decided that? In a humble way to answer that is, well, I was always around health. My mother was always very health conscious. My father, my family, they were all worked out. We all played sports. I was only allowed 1 hour, like, sometimes like just an hour of video games a day. So health health consciousness was always a topic in my household. Now, for myself, being 100 miles away, well, 100,000, I'm not sure how many, but very many, many, many miles away, and I'm alone now in the world. I'm having to figure it out for my own, and I'm living through the heart. So what does that mean? I'm constantly maintaining a vibrational state. Now, I'm an alchemist. My external life doesn't affect my internal life because of my maturity of using the heart as a tool to maintain a certain calibrated internal state, right? I'm fine-tuning all my instruments to feel what I want to feel. So this just starts to broaden my mind, and I look at what I am, and I accept that I am simply a mass of energy operating on frequencies. I look at myself and I decide I'm but three instruments. One of them holds the later two, and these are the body, the brain, and the heart. And me being, a young man full of life and now 100% conscious, I still have dreams. Just because I'm 100% conscious and I do feel rather empowered, it doesn't mean that I'm just going to put up my hands and take whatever life brings, right? Or whatever I'm bringing to myself now in this state of empowerment. But I have very big dreams. Something that I've never let go of was my dreams. So I started fine tuning myself a little bit further. I got my interior correct. Now I gotta look at my instruments and I gotta see that I'm an instrument for myself. I'm gonna use myself. So I decided to ask the question, what is the best way to better this instrument that you're looking at today? And there's a whole bunch of things, right? The first thing, the foundation should be your internal state, but I also started looking outside of myself to routines and also saw that what I'm consuming is very important, and how the effects of saturated fats, of non-alkaline foods, about foods that don't have live enzymes, how that affects us, and why is live enzymes so important? Well, live enzymes for me is what I go for. And why is this? Well, the stomach, the proteins of the stomach are enzymes. So it's to say, let's take your car. Let's say you have a supercar and it only, I'm not sure, it takes rocket fuel. Or if you have a diesel truck and you try to use another fuel, sure, that car is going to run. It's not that you're not going to move if you just eat fast food or saturated food or, all that syrup. That's not my claim. For me, my journey is, how can I get my goal? My dream is big. So I was like, okay, well, I'm an instrument. I'm the only one that's going to create this. So what's the best way to get there, right? So, well, I gotta be healthy, whether I like it or not. And there was this video that I would watch every morning when I would wake up, and this video would go along the lines and say, don't wait to do the things you know are good for you. And that was my rocket ship. And I bought a ticket and I never went back. That same day I went and bought spinach. And since then, it's been about 3 years. There's been less than 10 days in 3 years that I have not ate spinach. So why spinach? It's very alkaline. I mean, I know it has vitamin K, vitamin B. I don't have the list in front of me, unfortunately. You would imagine that after so much you would remember, but I'm not, I don't promote nutrition. I just need to know what it does to my body, and is it going to better this instrument? And the answer is absolutely yes. And there's many things that I love. I love kale. I don't eat it so much because it's a little harder to find where I'm from. I love beets. I love avocados. A quick tip for whenever you're craving something. Usually we're craving something acid base or something very fatty. If it's in the fatty side, go grab an avocado. I promise you it's gonna take away those cravings. That's something that I do personally. I love them. I love fruit. I mean, my family would tell you that you couldn't have fruit in the house. I mean, you'd have to lock them up. If you want an apple, they would have to hide an apple for themselves. So, fruit is hands down or hands up, really the best thing also. But my vegan journey started very slow. It started with me consuming my lunch was a full bag of spinach. It's not weighed, but it's roughly like about a pound or so. And I would just consume spinach, raw leaves. I would sprinkle olive oil, lemon, some black pepper, and that was my lunch for like a good amount of time. And after some time, I think, all this like juice and life just, it's kind of weird. And one day on the weekend, I unconsciously got creative. Like, what I mean by this is that I didn't decide. I wasn't like, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna do this. No, I was in the kitchen and I had plantain and I had this and some other things, and I just kind of put it all in the blender. It was no Google. It was 100% my decision of the ingredients that went in there, without any external impulse to um, guide me. And I don't remember the first juice I made, but had been with, I know it was spinach. It was spinach and plantain. That's 100%. It was water, and maybe a couple other things. I think ginger. But since then, I'll share with you that I currently consume, on a regular day, I consume 5 juices. So on another video, I'll come back and talk about, how much nutrients, because I do have a table of my portions of spinach, of ginger, of all these things, and I'll share with you down to the T how many calories, how much of this vitamin and this nutrient and all these wonderful things. It's really phenomenal. You'll be very surprised. And I'm 100% vegan. I'm very close to the raw vegan because I said I drink 5 of these juices, which these are 24 ounces. This is a full meal to me. It has a pound of spinach, 2 plantain, a good amount of ginger, and that's the base juice for me. I switch it up. Sometimes I'll do one that has beets, and also another day with carrot, and sometimes I will put mango, avocado. So I drink, my morning one, and then every 3 hours I'm drinking one. Do I have a physical meal? It's a very small one. If it is, it'll be bell peppers, and the red, yellow, and green, some cucumber, and then some more avocado because I love it. But I've tested it myself. I started with one, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna see if I can replace like a meal. So then I went to two. Then I got like this new position at work, so I wanted to move up to four. And whenever I was like, what happens if I do five? Like, I tested myself. I didn't go into this blindly. I was like, can I 100% have my full day with just consuming juices? And 100%. So that's a little bit about my vegan journey. I invite you to look up, how the body gets sick through, inflammation, and the body has to send, things there, more energy. So then now you're more prone. You have the door open to illness after inflammation. But I'll come back another day and do a video just on that. But I invite you to look up and see, what's best for your body. Are you someone that is very powerful, and you have goals? I remind you that my reason to be vegan, I haven't said this, but it's not for the animals. It's 100% an intellectual decision. I'm an instrument. I'm the only instrument that is going to facilitate, that's going to get me my dreams manifested and my goals. So accepting that, I then have to say, well, what are the best tires? What's the best oil? What's the best lubricant? What's the best, what's the best everything for this instrument that I have? And I haven't looked back since, and I don't regret it at all. I hope you found this video to your liking. I ask that you share this video with your loved ones, with your family, with your small group of friends, with your mastermind group. Also, comment below where do you fall in the food spectrum? I'd love to know. And what are your favorite foods? What's your favorite plant? What's your favorite green leaf? I'd love to know. And also your fruit. And tell me your favorite fast food place, because I love hanging out with my friends, going to those fast food joints, and just that's me. It's just I've woken up and I'm a little bit more intellectual, and I'm more conscious about, and I want to reach those dreams. So, but I love being there. I love the environment. So tell me, what's your favorite fast food place? And also comment below what are topics you want to hear me talk about in the future. With that, I invite you to join my family. My family is a group of individuals that live from the heart and are experts at teaching the art of living from the heart. With this membership also brings is 2 daily meditations, a weekly meditation, and a monthly meditation. I hope to see you on the bright side. Goodbye.